Today we are talking about this laser right here. This is the WeCreat Vision. It is brand new. It's a 20 watt all-in-one diode laser engraver and cutter. This machine stands out from some of the other ones that are on the market, and today we're going to talk about why it stands out. I'm going to give you an overview of what it can do and help you figure out if this is the right machine for your craft room. Let's get into it. I want to thank WeCreat for sending over this laser early so that I can review it and share with you all the features and benefits and help you figure out if this is the right laser for you. Hey there, I'm Sarah. You're watching Creative Ramblings, where I share craft projects and tutorials along with product reviews to help you get the most out of your creative journey. I'm here with new videos every week, so if you like what you see, consider subscribing and don't miss my next video. So today we are talking all about this brand new laser right here. This is the WeCreat Vision. It is a 20 watt diode laser. We have talked a lot about diode lasers on this channel. You can find more videos in the description if you want to get an idea of what a diode laser can do. So just a high level overview, a diode laser is an ideal laser to add to your craft room indoors like this. If you are a Cricut user or something similar and you want to up your game and work with more materials and do more, a laser might be right for you. You are able to cut and engrave materials like wood, metal, acrylic, stone, ceramic, even some glass, fabric, paper, cardboard, and even iron on vinyl. There's all kinds of things you can do with a craft laser, but each one is a little bit different. So let's talk about this one. This WeCreat laser was developed by a laser enthusiast who really wanted to make these machines accessible to everyone. So this brand found some pain points with other lasers, some things that were missing, and included them in this machine. And they really do set it apart. So know that you're getting a machine from a company that loves laser creating and really wants to make the best product available. So if you have seen some of my other videos and you have looked at other lasers, this one might look a little bit bigger. So you have the laser base here, and then you have this gray part. This machine actually has an auto lifting feature where it raises up and down while staying fully enclosed. That is huge. There is no other laser on the market right now that does that. Other lasers, when you want to put a larger piece of material in it to cut or engrave, you have to manually put it up on risers or on a riser base. Oftentimes when you're raising up a laser, it is no longer fully enclosed. What I like about this is it auto lifts to accommodate your material, and it auto focuses when it lifts. So why is it so important that this stays enclosed? An enclosed laser is safe. There are lots of other lasers you can use out there that are not enclosed, but you really do need to take extra precautions with your eyes and with the fumes coming off that laser. When it's fully enclosed like this, you can feel safe running this in your home. So this is a class 1 laser. It's FDA certified, and it means that this is a fully metal enclosure here that is made of fire retardant materials. It has a UV protected lid on it. And it also means that it has some other safety precautions in it. So when I lift up that lid while the laser is going, it's going to shut off immediately. There's a really low risk to any damage to your eyes or any other issues to have with this laser. As far as the fumes that are concerned, anytime you use a laser, you're going to create fumes from wood or acrylic or metal, whatever you're working with. This laser comes with a built-in fan that exhausts out through a vent hose. I vent mine right out the window. I have kind of a makeshift slat that I put in my window with a hole in it. The vent hose sticks right inside, and I'm able to vent all those fumes outside. This company also makes a fume extractor if you do not have access to a window and you want to purify some of that air that's coming out of your machine. So let's talk about what comes in the box when you open this up. You're going to get the laser, and this is like 95% assembled for you. It's really heavy. You pull it out of the box, take all the packaging off. It's packaged really nicely, and you're going to set it on your surface. I have mine just set on a work table. I did put a cutting mat underneath, and we're going to talk about why in a little bit. On the back of the machine, there's a little bit of assembly you have to do. We need to connect the vent hose first of all. It's just 4 screws that come off, the vent hose goes on, the screws go back in, and then you clamp it closed. And then you can attach this hose to the fume extractor or out your window. You'll also need to attach the Wi-Fi antenna. This machine can be connected via Wi-Fi or via USB. There's also a plug where you can plug in your USB cord. A few other things on the back. This machine comes with air assist. A lot of other lasers have air assist as an option, but it is not automatically included. It is a really nice feature, and I always recommend getting it with your laser, so the fact that it's included in this price is really nice. The hose is all connected on the inside. You just need to connect the power in the hose on the outside, and it has a little machine that sits right outside your laser. The air assist machine has little rubber grips on the bottom so it doesn't move. So when we're looking inside this machine, there's a couple things I want you to notice. There is a laser tray that sits on the very, very bottom. And then there are these slats that go on top of it. I like to put my material right on top of those slats, so when I'm cutting, any of the debris just falls down into that tray. From the outside, then you can pull the tray out, get rid of your crumbs, and push it back in. You've got a pretty big bed in this laser, so when you have those slats in and the crumb tray, the material dimensions that you can fit in here are about 475 millimeters by 318 millimeters. So let's talk about the height of this laser. Because it auto lifts up and down, you can actually accommodate up to 140 millimeters. So that means that this is raised all the way up, which it'll do automatically. If you remove those slats in the laser bed, then you have 140 millimeters to work with. When you have the slats and the laser or the crumb tray in, you're looking at about 100 millimeters, which is a really good size piece when you don't have to manually put in risers or anything else like that. There is no pass-through slot on this piece, mainly because of the auto lifting. That mechanism takes up a lot of room and you wouldn't be able to get something to pass through there. But you do have a pretty big working area even without a pass-through slot. The laser head is a 20-watt diode laser. That is on the high end of what's available on the market right now. Most lasers sit around 10 watts, really well priced, and they work really well. When you jump up to a 20 watt, you are gonna get faster projects. They're just gonna get done faster. You're also gonna be able to cut thicker material, up to 10 millimeter thick basswood. The denser the material, it might go down a little bit, but 10 millimeter wood is pretty amazing for a diode laser. You're also gonna get quicker, more precise engraving with a 20 watt laser. Each material you cut and engrave is going to go at a different speed and a different pace, but this machine does have the capability of cutting and engraving up to 600 millimeters per second. It is fast. So a few features that I like about this that we haven't talked about yet: because it's fully enclosed and it's made of metal, it is quieter than some other pieces, some other machines that I use. Even the fan is a little bit quieter. I don't really notice any smell in it, which means that fan is working and it is venting out my window, which I really like. All right, so we covered the features and benefits of this machine. Let's talk creativity. The WeCreat Vision comes with its own software. It's similar to some of the other softwares I've used, but it is really user-friendly. So I currently have mine connected with a USB over to my computer. The Wi-Fi in my space is not great, so I try to connect all of my machines via USB. It's a more stable connection and it goes a little bit quicker. However, it is completely Wi-Fi capable. You can use it with Windows, Mac, or any mobile device on Android or iOS. You can connect via Wi-Fi or USB. The Vision comes with a camera built into the glass top. I love machines with cameras. This means when you put your material in and you close the lid, it's going to show you exactly what is on those slats. So I'm able to see the piece of wood that I just put in my machine, and I'm able to center my design exactly where I want it. If you are just getting started with a laser, a user-friendly software with a camera is going to be a huge benefit, because it's going to make it so much easier to just start creating your first project without learning a whole new system. As user-friendly and beginner-friendly as this is, if you are a laser enthusiast, you've been doing this for a while, you just want to upgrade to something new, you can definitely get a lot out of this. This is also compatible with Lightburn. So if you want to get a little more advanced with your designing and creating, you can go ahead and use this with Lightburn. With the software that's already included, you can also import your own SVG or vector files and work with them in there. The software does offer you multiple canvases to do different types of layers as well. There's a lot you can do here. I do have a few more videos in the works on this machine, and one of them is going to do a deep dive into the software and how to design and create with it. But let's start by just taking a quick look on what's available here. When you get to the home screen, you have thousands of projects and fonts that are available for you to use. You can also import your own projects, or you can design within the software. There are also preset parameters. So if I know that I put in a piece of 3mm basswood, I can select 3mm basswood and then choose to either cut or engrave it in the software. I do not have to mess around with making specific tweaks to my settings. That being said, if you cut or engrave something and aren't super happy with those preset parameters, you can tweak them. You can go ahead and change them easily. Something I really love is this test grid that shows up in the software. I have not seen this anywhere else. A lot of laser users will go ahead and make their own test grid with their laser. This essentially shows you what the result is with certain power and speed settings. This is incredibly handy. I've made these grids on my own before, but to have it in the software and just be able to see right up front how dark that engraving can get, incredibly helpful. So we've talked about what this can do. We've talked about the creativity that you can do within the software. So the next question is this the right laser for you? So here's a couple things to consider when purchasing a laser. If you are working in a craft room like I am, you are indoors, you have a Cricut machine, you do some paper crafts, but you want to upgrade to laser crafting, this machine can do a lot. The 20-watt diode laser that's on there is going to be able to cut and engrave beautifully. You also want something that is safe to have in your craft room. This is fully enclosed. It's a class 1 laser. It is safe. I vented out my window. I have no issue with fumes, but you can get that fume extractor if you want to purify your air a little bit more. This is a heavy, big laser, so you're going to need a dedicated spot for it. You're not going to want to move it around. I keep mine on this cutting mat here because I'm able to easily slide it back and forth just a little bit if I want to move it around in its space, but it really just sits right here next to my window. With the diode laser, you're going to be able to cut and engrave all kinds of different materials to make crafts that you can't with other machines. Think earrings and necklaces, ornaments. You can even raise this up and engrave tumblers and mugs. There's so much you can do to move forward in your creative journey with a diode laser. The Vision is brand new. When it first launched in October of 23, there were some pre-sale options where you could put a deposit down and then wait for your order to ship. As we move forward, there are more options to buy immediately. So be sure to take a look in the description. I have the most up-to-date information on how to order and the pricing, as well as what's included. I will be sure to update that information in the description as things change with the Vision ordering process. So I hope that was a good overview. You have a better understanding of what the WeCreat Vision can do, and I've given you some food for thought on whether or not this is the right laser for you. So like I said, I've got a few more videos coming. We're going to do a deep dive into the software and we are going to create a project start to finish. I also have another video in the works that's going to show you some of the different capabilities, including using the rotary attachment that you can get with this machine. If you like this video, if you found this helpful, give me a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss my other videos that are in the works. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.